Hello everybody, Wild Bill for America here. You know, since marriage seems to be such an important issue lately, let's talk about one of the most important marriages in history. The marriage of the Christian Church and the United States of America. They are inseparable, even though certain people are determined to see the USA and the Christian Church get a divorce. When Christians fled the persecution in Europe to come to this land, the first thing they did was to plant a cross on the shore of the Atlantic Ocean and declare that in this new land, people would be free to worship without the heavy and often vicious hand of government interfering. In this world, it seems like there's always somebody determined to stomp out faith in God. Not just in their own life, they're determined to stomp out faith in God in everybody's life. They are evil people who generally promote sinful lifestyles in violation of God's law. There is no live and let live with the anti-God crowd. They actively hunt down people of faith for the purpose of persecuting them out of existence. The number one reason for the forming of the United States of America was to protect people from the God haters. The Founding Fathers wrote it into the Constitution, and the very first one listed in the Bill of Rights was protection of the Christian faith from the God haters. It says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. That means that there is to be no national denomination like the Church of England. The enemies of faith have wrenched that completely out of context, trying to say that the name of God shall never be heard anywhere in the public square. They are as wrong as they are evil. They totally ignore the second half, which says, nor prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Free exercise of what? The Christian faith as delivered once for all to the apostles through Jesus Christ, the Son of God. The United States was not established for Far Eastern mysticism or for the brutal, violent, totalitarian religion of the Middle East. The USA was formed for the free and open practice of the Christian faith. Every single state constitution recognizes the God of the Bible. In the USA, the church and state have been married from day one. And it's time for those of us who love God and our country to celebrate the marriage of church and state and work to get it back in proper order. Both entities have their responsibilities. The government shall tend to the running of the nation's business, with the church serving as the conscience of the nation. The Christian church is to be responsible for the education of the children, the moral and ethical direction of the nation. You know, the marriage of church and state served as an excellent platform for the founding of this nation, and every major problem facing the USA today can be traced to the USA walking away from its marriage contract with the Christian church. The so-called separation of church and state, an invention of the God haters as a tool to persecute people of faith, has never been legitimate, and it has caused tremendous corruption and degradation in our society. The Bible has a powerful message for the USA today. In the book of Jude, it says, Beloved, I was very eager to write to you about our common salvation. I found it necessary to write appealing to you to contend for the faith that was once for all delivered to the saints. For certain people have crept in unnoticed who long ago were designated for this condemnation. Ungodly people who pervert the grace of God into sensuality and deny our only Master and Lord, Jesus Christ. We are to contend for the faith. This is Wild Bill for America, celebrating the marriage of church and state and working to keep that divorce from becoming final. And you know who suffers the most in divorce? The children. Thanks for watching, and America bless God again.